Institute of Management, Hyderabad, Association of Business Women in Commerce and Industry. It's a pleasure to welcome you to today's meeting on the topic Understanding Trade Opportunities in Different Countries, Investment and I welcome our MC members, cooperative members, our advisors, past presidents, members of the association and institutes who are present on this platform and also viewing us live. The convener of International Desk, Mr. Shankar Venkata Pushpaprasad, our secretary, Professor Ravi Kumar Jain, our vice president, Mr. Ramchandra, our treasurer, Mr. Jeevan Naik, and Parul Soni, founder, secretary general, ABWCI, and Mr. Akhilesh Murukar, head World Trade Center, Hyderabad. I take this opportunity to welcome our eminent panelists, Mr. Jayesh Ranjan, who has regretted because of the last minute call from the minister. And I also welcome our Associate Director, WTC Shamshabad, Ms. Sujana Chatalavada, ABWCI President from Maldives, Ms. Rahima Adam, And I also welcome ABWCI President from Latvia, Ms. Sandra Buchain, wishing you a very good afternoon. ABWCI President from Argentina, Ms. Gracilia D. Oco, wishing you a very good morning. And the moderator of our session, COO Bharat TV, Mr. Suresh Pochitil. And with this, I hand the floor to our President, Ms. Kavita Rajesh, to take the proceeding forward.
Thank you, Geeta. Very warm good evening to all and good afternoon and good morning to my colleagues across the various countries. And welcome, and I take it as a privilege to introduce Parul Soni. Parul Soni is a global managing partner, Think Through Consulting, founder, secretary general, Association of Women and Businesswomen in Commerce and Industry. Parul Soni is a consumerate professional with over 25 years of experience and expertise in international investments, bilateral and multinational trade across borders, policies, regional trade agreements, and negotiations at national and international levels. Parul Soni has worked in over 54 countries with Fortune 500 companies, Global Alliance, Industry Association, International Development Organization, knowledge institutions, and government. He has been working actively with fast-growing Indian entrepreneur and global organization for establishing and expanding their presence across South Asia. He has driven major programs in the areas of regional development, cross-sectorial partnership, institutional network, social protection, women entrepreneurship, women economic empowerment, and tech, digital health and e-commerce across South Asia, particularly in Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Nepal, Sri Lanka, and Afghanistan. He is also a founding board member of Save the Child, Bal Rakshana, India arm of Save the Children internationally, board member of Safe Life Foundation, and a board member of Standing Tall Handicap International. Prior to launching Think Through Consulting in 2015, Parul was a global partner in EY and KPMG, and few of the key clients, including Standard Chartered Banks, Tata Groups, Unilever, PepsiCo, Coca-Cola, Gargle Foods, and National Oil, Emirates National Oil, and Crescent Petroleum, Abu Dhabi National Oil Company, and Bharat Airtel, BNB Paribas, Walmart Corporation, and Asian Development Bank, 2030 Water Resource Group, and UNDP, UN Women, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Fred Hollows Foundation, and Medicine Sans Frontiers Department for International Development, a government of UK, British Council of Oxford International, Solidarity Global Fund to fight AIDS, tuberculosis, and malaria, Mission Covent Crash of Sweden, and Swedish International Development Agency, International Development Research Center, and Business Finland. Parul is a founder and global managing partner, Think Through Consulting, and founder secretary of Association of Women in Businesswomen in Commerce and Industry. Over to Parul now. Thank you, Mr. Parul, for collaborating with HMA.
So Parul, do you have a presentation with you? No, I don't have presentations.
Yeah, you can see.
Thank you
Text them.
so much. Thank you, Kavita, with so much of honor you are giving, with a long introduction. And I know some of you from last few years, and very happy to be joining here as a co-host and also, as an association of businesswomen in commerce and industry as a founder secretary general. Just to start on the context of who we are, because our colleagues here should know that why ABWCI is basically getting prominence all over the world, because we are a virtual chamber of commerce for women. This is a new concept, because earlier people used to have more brick and mortar, these buildings to have associations and chamber of commerce. But the thinking has been in last few years, what we have seen in the digital era, in the digital, virtual thinking, that we need more virtual chamber of commerce, which are basically in the cloud, and you can join from anywhere and you can become member, all that. So that was the concept which we coined as ABWCI, and we are a global organization and with presence in more than 20 countries now, and getting prominence all over the world. So that was, I just wanted to let you know that how we are basically working and how we are looking at the future of the entire business when you look at the prominence of business women. Because we personally feel that if we have to bring various countries and a global world into that entire prominence, we have to start thinking about more women as wealth creators, more from the whole job perspective as such. So that was the entire thinking of it. When we look at this entire perspective of business women, and more women, global business is looking at inclusion. Inclusion means that how women will participate in the businesses, in the business processes, in looking at more from the investment as such. And today's topic, if you really look at, is understanding business opportunities in different countries, investment on opportunities. I'm very glad that we have today country presidents joining from Latvia, from Argentina, and Maldives, who will be talking about investment opportunities in those countries, and also looking at how India will participate in this entire process of inclusion when it comes to global scenario of investment as such. Second, if you look at the whole report, which is basically 2019 report of ILO, 75% of the enterprise that cited improved bottom line achieved because of the diversity, gender diversity, and the profit increased between 5 to 20% when it comes to the whole diversity and inclusion of women in the entire thinking of business. I also want to let you know that 77% of consumer decisions globally are basically taken by women, which means that the entire thinking, if whatever product you are making, whatever business you are doing, whatever service you are providing, if women are not included and if women are not participating or consulted in that entire process, you will be losing business. That's the whole thinking of why we are bringing the whole dynamic and the decision of bringing more powerful women into the entire fold of business. And that's the entire thinking of it. So now talking about the whole, global scenario, because I have very short time, only one more minute. My thinking here is that this platform will definitely help in looking at how we can look at international trade possibilities, international trade opportunities. And that's what the thinking is. And I'm very glad, Kavita, and thankful to you and Karthik and everyone to see that they are bringing this entire perspective of international business opportunity and perspective into this session. And I will request over to the moderator for this session. And I will be more than happy to take questions in the end. And I just want to end by saying that this is an economy which is women-led economy. If we are not focusing on women, we are not focusing on the bigger picture of investment and bigger picture of economy, which will be at global scale. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Parul, for insights about ABWCI. Coming about HMA, I would just like to introduce HMA to the body. HMA, the theme for the year 21-22 is management resilience, impact, innovation, and globalization is the theme for HMA. Hyderabad Management Association was conceptualized 57 years ago with few professionals who felt the need for developing managerial skills among young executives and spreading the professionalism among them. Hyderabad Management Association does plethora of activities like what we are doing today, panel discussions, evening lecture meetings, training programs, seminars, conventions, quiz programs, and management and faculty and student development programs. This year, we are adding a certificate program in partnership with B schools, and also the corporates, we are going to add a certificate program. And we have started an industry readiness program. It is for the first time, it is all girls industry readiness program with 32 students we have done, and it is well shaping. And we also started an MSME desk, entrepreneur desk, which has been initiated this year to give consultancies to MSMEs. Units in collaboration with Krishna Prasad Foundation Trust, and international desk to link institutions and corporates for international universities, for internships and international trade opportunities for our corporates, besides tie-ups with different consulates and cultural exchange and technology through speaker meetings. Hyderabad Management Association is affiliated to All India Management Association, IMA, associates with HMA for conducting regular and joint programs at Hyderabad. Hyderabad Management Association consists of 10 elected members and 6 co-opted members, and which include academicians, people from society, advisors from government, defense, industry, and corporates. So we have our outstanding achievements. Renowned speakers at the national and state importance have given address to HMA. His Excellency Sri Pranab Mukherjee, the President of India, and Sri APJ Abdul Kalam, Sri Jaswant Singh and Renuka Challa, and Sri Chidambaram and Sri Sachin Pilot, Sri Konda Vishweshwar Reddy, and Sri Ranjan Kumar, and so on. And even Tamil and Srimati Shanta Sinha, then Tamil Nadu Governor, and His Excellency Sri P.S. Ramohan Rao Garu, and Sri Rangarajan, former RBI Governor, His Excellency C.S. ESL Narsimha Narsiman, and Sri Roshay Garu, and Sri Nara Chandra Babu Garu, and Kalvakuntla Tarak Rama Garu, illustrious personalities like PVS Raju and Major General Gokhale and Mr. Upendra Rao and Mr. VSRP Adusumale and Atluri Subbarao Garu, Chief Justice Konda Challa Kodanda Ram have been the past presidents among many stalwarts of the society. India My Dream interactive lecture series, HMA conducted the special series in 2002 and 2003, where 10 renowned speakers from across the country addressed the theme. The grand finale was addressed by APJ Abdul Kalam Ji, His Excellency President of India, where articulated his vision 2020 for India. I take this opportunity, this is about nutshell in HMA, to talk more. We are short of time, and I would request our convener international desk to introduce the moderator for the day. Thank you. I also thank all my colleagues across to accept this invite and come. Srijana from WTC, and from Maldives, and Sandra and Glessie. I'm sorry if I'm wrong. And thank you for accepting, and we welcome on behalf of HMA and Managing Committee. We take it as a privilege and honor, and we are waiting to hear from all of you. Over to Krishna Prasad Garu, Venkat Krishna Prasad Garu.
Thank you very much, Madam President, for the introduction. You've done it in an elaborate way, and fortunate to be part of this group. And as a convener of the international desk, I welcome everyone here. The moderator today is one of the most dynamic personalities across the twin cities of Hyderabad and Secunderabad to start with. And of course, beyond these 2 cities and, across the country as well. Suresh Kochatil is synonymous with journalism, synonymous with medical care, synonymous with social media. He's an alumnus of Model High School of Osmania University campus. He did his graduation from Osmania University and completed the hotel management course from Chennai. He started his career with ITC Welcome Group, Banjara, Hyderabad in 1986. After working with the Taj Group in Bangalore, he joined the Times of India Group in 1989. Relocated to Hyderabad office in 1991. Having worked for over 17 years with the Times of India Group in various capacities, ranging from marketing, creative cell to journalism, he parted ways with them and he joined the Apollo Hospitals Group and worked with them for 10 years. He relocated to Bangkok to work with Lebua Hotel and Towers for a year. A man who is passionate about what he does is currently the Chief Operating Officer of Bharat Today, one of the most important and very famous channels in the local area, a news channel based out of Hyderabad to start with. Active on the social media, as I was telling about, his wall of Facebook is to be seen to be believed as to how dynamic he is. He is just current, okay? With a huge dedicated following, he is considered as an influencer. He is a part of TV debates on a regular basis as a moderator, as a participant, as a debater. Suresh is happily married to Asha and is blessed with a daughter, Arunima, who is a mass communication graduate from Manipal University. It's like father and like daughter, okay? So with that brief introduction, in fact, I've got mounds of things to talk about him, his capabilities, his multi-dimensional modes of operations and excellent communication skills. Over to our moderator, Sri Suresh Kuchatil. Once again, welcoming everyone to this. Let's have a great meet here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Venkata Krishna Prasad Garu. That was a humbling. Thank you very much for the lovely introduction that you gave out. And welcome to all the participants of this evening's webinar. And I'm sure that with the introduction that we had from three of our speakers till now, we're going to have some more of it in the time to come. And definitely we're going to look at things that happen along the way as we look at it. So ladies and gentlemen, let me start with the situation right now in various countries. We are asking our panel of experts as to how their countries are doing post-pandemic. To start with, we have Sandra Bukane, country president for ABWCI from Latvia. In a time zone that we are right now looking at, she is in the afternoon time zone. So I would welcome her by saying good afternoon. And Sandra is a lawyer, real estate professional, and a long-term public sector official with wide experience in governments and municipal institutions. She is the head of Ventspils City Council, I hope I got the spelling right, in the capital city of Riga, and the deputy head of the Ventspils City Development Department. Sandra is a member of the supervisory board in the JSC Portable Baltic. I'm sorry, Sandra, you'll have to correct me if I got those names wrong there. The company that produces components for highly energy efficient hydronic heating and cooling technology based on the flow of water in capillary mats. Sandra is also the member of the board of the Latvian Energy Efficiency Association. During her professional career, Sandra served for over 5 years as the legal advisor to the former Prime Minister of the Republic of Latvia, His Excellency Mr. V. Dombrovskis, now the European Commission Executive Vice President and Trade Commissioner. As the advisor on the real estate matter for former Ministers of Finance and Education and Science, and as a member of the board and the deputy chairman and acting chairman of the board in the state-owned company which managed state real estate and also represented for 7 years in the Ministry of Finance of the Republic of Latvia in the executive board of Ventspils Freeport Authority, which is the second biggest port in the special economic zone of Latvia, with attractive incentives for doing business. I'm sure she will speak more about it in the presentation. Sandra earned her master's degree in law from the University of Latvia and a professional diploma in real estate valuation. Sandra has an extensive network of contacts in the public and private sectors and an in-depth understanding of the public policies in various sectors, including the European Union funding programs, which are available for support of businesses in Latvia. As a gratitude to the Prime Minister of Latvia for the high she secured it, that is a gratitude to the Prime Minister of Latvia for the high responsibility and professionalism in the performance of duties. Sandra, the floor is yours. Please start, and you have extra 3 minutes right now because we don't have Mr. Jayesh Ranjan with us. So all the participants, all the three speakers will get about 3 to 4 minutes more so that they can talk a little bit more about it. The floor is open, Sandra. It's all yours.
Thank you, Mr. Suresh. And I'll start sharing my screen. Yeah, just a moment. So I'm delighted to present today Latvia, my country, to management to Hyderabad Management Association event, and I'm thankful for the invitation personally, Mrs. Kavita Rajesh, and to the association for this opportunity. And we are limited in time, so I will try to highlight some facts which may later define the ideas how we can do the cooperation between our two countries. So I'll try to tell you about who we are, where we are, and why to do business with us. So I start with our location, of course, that we are located in Northern Europe, near the Baltic Sea, and we have the maritime border with Sweden and also with our neighbor states, Estonia and Lithuania. Also, we have the border with Russia and Belarus. And frankly speaking, our convenient geographical location is a blessing and a curse as well during the centuries, because our distant and close neighbors tried to invade the territory several times. For example, over the century, Latvia used to be the part of Swedish state, and our capital city, Riga, used to be the biggest city in Sweden, surpassing the capital city, Stockholm. If we look at the area, what we have 64,000 square kilometers. If we compare, for example, with a country like Netherlands, we have by third bigger territory as the territory of Netherlands, but we have quite a low density of population, 1.9 million of population. And it defines that why all our ideas are related mainly to export side. So export of knowledge, export of goods, export of services. That's why also our people are fluent in many foreign languages, of course, Russian and English, but also German, French or Swedish are widely spoken. This is very green country. 52% of our territory is covered by forests. We have long coastline of beaches with white sand. We have many lakes and rivers, but also we developed a lot of technologies. That's why we have the 6th fastest internet connection in the world. If we look at our capital is second biggest in the northern region after Stockholm. And Riga is the place for living for 614,000 people, together with suburbs. Over 1 million of our population live in Riga and its suburbs. Why to choose Latvia as a destination for your business? Because we have the secure business environment. We are the part of European Union. We are the member state of NATO. We are the member state of World Trade Organization and also the OECD, which is a club of 37 developed countries. Our currency is euro, and we have stable credit ratings. And we are ranked number 90 out of 190 economies in the world for the ease of doing business, which is very important in my opinion. We have quite competitive tax system, which I will explain a bit later in one of my slides. And we have 4 special economic zones with more even the tax incentives as in all other territory of Latvia. What is important if you started the company in Latvia, that if you are an Indian entrepreneur and you establish the company in Latvia, you don't need a local shareholder, you don't need a local manager, you can do everything on your own. So you can also use the European funding, which is for all companies in Latvia to promote and to develop your business, especially in manufacturing. So if you have the thoughts that to start the business in European Union, you can do the manufacturing, even the final assembling, maybe only to certify your products for all 27 membership countries, and to do the trade with all European Union countries, and to use the label that this product is made in European Union. If we look at our special economic zones, I would like to introduce with the Ventspils. special economic zone, which I know for a long time. And the Ventspils free economic zone is also the second biggest port in Latvia, which used to be the biggest Russian port for the transshipment of crude oil during the times of the Soviet Union. But now we have the terminals for the transshipment all kinds of goods. Also, we provide the land plots with infrastructure or industrial ready-made premises for rent. And if you look at the left-hand side, then the conditions for the rent of land are very good. So 2.5 euro cents per year per square meter for the land with the inbuilt infrastructure. On the right side, you can see the example how the taxation system works in Latvia. So if you have the profit on your company and you do not distribute dividends, you do not pay anything. You can keep the profit in the company and use for the development of your company. If you decide to distribute the dividends, then about 20% you need to pay the dividend tax. In case of special economic zone, this tax is only 4% on dividend. Yeah, so you can save a lot of money if you are located in the special economic zone and you have dividends on your company. Latvia is also a good destination for tourism. Our center is the part of the World Heritage List is included. And we have the equal treatment, as I said, for all foreign investors, and also very good startup policy. We have a special law on startups. We have the business incubators, if you have the brilliant idea which you would like to develop in Latvia. And we have even the startup visa for non-EU investors who would like to start a business in Latvia. If we look at the main sectors of our industry, this is, of course, one of the sectors is forestry and woodworking, because we are rich in forest. Also metalworking, machinery, electronics, transport and logistics, information technology, environmental technologies, life sciences, and agriculture and food processing are quite developed branches. So as I mentioned that in woodworking, we are doing everything starting from logs, panels, timber, furniture, till wooden houses, which are going to the export to different countries in the world. In metalworking, we are doing the contract manufacturing for many big automotive brands like Scania, like Volvo. We have, for example, in Ventspils, the factory for the communal cleaning machines. We are doing contract manufacturing in electronic industry, also for space industry for different companies. So it's quite developed area of business. And of course, we have quite developed information technology companies. These are local and also international brands who are represented in Latvia. For example, my sister-in-law is a member of the board in one of such companies, and she said that they had employees from already 17 nations in their company. So they are doing products for local customers, but also the products which is used for export. As you see, the bank card management system for Southern Africa, software solutions for banks from New York to Australia, insurance solutions in Scandinavia and Azerbaijan, maritime systems for NATO, etc. So if we're talking about environmental technology, I should mention also that my own company, we are doing the elements on heating and cooling technology, which is quite innovative and quite energy efficient. And it's under the brand Hydrocapillar. It uses the flow of water instead of flow of air for cooling and also for heating the rooms. And it's installed in the ceilings, in the floors, or in the walls. This technology is not presented in India today, but frankly speaking, in Hyderabad, there is a very good example of hydronic cooling. Infosys, in their own headquarters, has one wing of the building where is a hydronic radiant cooling. It's a bit different pipe system, but still, and another part with a state-of-the-art air conditioning. And they made the survey about the results, and the savings is about 34% in comparison with the conventional AC system. Also, one of the areas of our industries is life sciences. We are strong in pharmaceuticals industry as well as India. So I see that here is also the potential for the cooperation between Indian and local companies in cosmetics, in household chemicals, in plastic products, etc. And this sector is ranked number 4 by turnover among manufacturing industries in Latvia. As I mentioned, we had a lot of agricultural land, and we are producing a lot of wheat, and we are the 5th largest exporter of wheat in the European Union and 17th largest exporter in the world. Also the milk product, also the meat, we are exporting to many other countries. There is one area also for cooperation which is growing also between Latvia and India. This is the higher educational possibilities. If I remember 10 years ago, I didn't see any Indian students in Latvia, but now when I went recently to the Riga Technical University campus, I saw the cricket players, and frankly speaking, cricket is not popular in Latvia at all. So you can imagine that the players were Indian students in this campus. So we can provide a lot of programs for education in English. So many students are coming every year from India, Sri Lanka, and other countries to Latvia. So also I mentioned about the real estate market, which also can provide the possibilities for the Indian investors, especially because the investments in real estate can be linked with the opportunity to get the temporary residence permit in Latvia and also in all other Schengen Union countries. Yeah? We have recently in pipeline several projects where Indian investors could participate. It's, for example, Ventspils municipality is looking for the financial investor for a spa hotel in a beach side. I have my own residential village project in the suburb of Riga. And so there are many other projects where it's possible to participate. So as I mentioned, the residence permit in Latvia is given for 5 years based on investments in real estate or based on investments in the company. So you can use this option also if you are interested to travel to the European Union and to live there. So there is some information how much should be the investment in the property or investment in the company to get the temporary residence permit for 5 years. So fourthly, about my country, about the possibilities there. So you are welcome to Latvia, welcome to city of Ventspils, and welcome to do business with us. Thank you.
Sureshji, you have to unmute.
Sureshji,
Sureshji,
over to you.
1 minute. Yeah, can you hear me now?
very well.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sandra. Thank you for the wonderful presentation, and the request that Secretariat here in HMA to secure that presentation from you so that we could circulate to all our members and also put it up on the website. And I'm sure the recording of the session is also available.
Yeah.
Sandra started at 5:24 and she finished at 5:35 Indian Standard Time. That was 11 minutes, which is well good because we are giving extra 3 minutes. So Rahima, you're on next. So let me just introduce you to the audience here on this webinar, and you can take 12 to 15 minutes to do your presentation. Rahima Adan is a country president for the Association of Businesswomen in Commerce and Industry in Maldives, a founder of the Association of Lady Entrepreneurs in Maldives, and a mentor at the Cherie Blay Foundation for Women. Rahima has dedicated her work for economic empowerment of women, both nationally and globally. Her work is aimed at making an impact on the lives of SME female business owners. Her work in this area was acclaimed at the national level when she received the prestigious award given by the President of Maldives in 2016, the National Award for Women's Rights and Progress. Rahima started a business in the tourism sector in 1997 and successfully operated 2 guest houses for 17 years. Simultaneously, she also worked in the civil society since 2004, starting from the Maldives National Chamber of Commerce and Industries. Since then, she has held the post of Business Council member, SME Council member, the Ministry of Economic Development, Executive Board member, SARC Women Entrepreneurs Council, Board member of the Council for Economic Empowerment of Women, Ministry of Gender and Diversity and Family. When diversifying her works, Ms. Rahima also operated and owned a printing outlet. That's very interesting, Rahima, for 11 years, because that is an industry where I am particularly interested in. At present, Rahima represents some of the government and private companies, and is also the Director of Business Enterprise and Employment Support for Women in South Asia. She has attended numerous business conclaves and fairs in different countries, completed different programs from businesses, including strategic planning and implementation of associations, and has completed Germany's Winter School program for entrepreneurship development. She's completed the training of trainer certification in the National Institute of Small and Medium Enterprises in Hyderabad. That's wonderful. NISIET, that's right, located right here in Hyderabad where we are, and has continuously trained working women for entrepreneurship development. She has also received an excellence in entrepreneurship in the SAARC region in 2006, which is given by the Sri Lankan Women's Chamber of Commerce and Industry, the SAARC region. And in 2017, she received the MAWE Leadership Award, the SWEET 2017, and the Madhya Pradesh Association of Women Entrepreneurs in Jabalpur, India. Ms. Rahima has a master's degree in business administration from the Anglia-Ruskin University in the United Kingdom and a professional diploma in international businesses from the London School of Commerce. With a love for ocean and sports, she is a professional swimming instructor and coach. She is a certified emergency first responder of PADI and a certified beach water polo instructor and a coach as well. Ms. Rahima believes in the credo, there is no work that a woman cannot do. Rahima, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Suresh. And Assalamu alaikum and good evening.
You can share the presentation.
Great. Yes, thank you. Screen, I can't see my presentation.
No problem. Take your time, please. You need help from us here?
I have lost it actually.
There is a share screen that you will see, and once you click that,
Yeah, on your side also.
see that you can see your presentation on your desktop or wherever it's looking.
It's here.
Thank you.
We can see.
Can see now.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, this is about Maldives, Republic of Maldives. About Maldives, I will tell you that Republic of Maldives is an archipelagic country in the Indian subcontinent of Asia, situated in the Indian Ocean, comprising a territory spanning roughly 90,000 square kilometers. Maldives is one of the world's most geographically dispersed sovereign states with 1,200 islands. Population of Maldives is 557,933 as of 2nd May 2022. And I have highlighted the main industries in Maldives, that is tourism, fishing, agriculture, and construction. Tourism is the largest industry in Maldives.
Face me the mouse.
For its white clean sandy beaches and Turkish blue water, and also the underwater diving. The industry is accounting for 28% of the GDP and more than 60% of the Maldives foreign exchange received. Types of accommodation facilities in resorts are one island, one resort, that is our concept, and hotels, guest houses, and safari vessels. Total number of beds registered in the industry by the end of 2020 is 51,500. And also there are trade opportunities for the tourism industry. All the products starting from food and beverages, fruits and vegetables, everything is imported. Government is now focusing to add 35,000 more beds to the sector by 2023, focusing on the diversification and localization. Local tourism is developing, and there are 103 islands with registered guest houses open for tourists at the end of 2020. And all the products using in these guest houses are also importing from other countries. And also they are looking for more parties to import products. And on my right side, that is tourist arrival diagram that I have shown in 2019. It was 1,800,000 tourists arrived. And investment opportunities for the industry is now new tourism products for the resorts, yacht marinas, luxury accommodations, and for the guest house sector also open for the foreign investors. Ecotourism and research-based tourism. There are investment opportunities for the biosphere reserves and protected areas of the Maldives. The rich and diverse marine and terrestrial fauna and flora and their unique features offer great potential for investment in ecotourism and research-based tourism. And fishing is the second largest industry, but according to the Maldives history, fishing industry started long before tourism industry, and women plays a huge role in processing fish even today. There is space in international markets for Maldivian fish products to take it more influential role in the sustainable retail fishing industry. Maldives exports fish to more than 55 countries. There are opportunities to engage with the fisheries industry to purchase, process, and export all forms of tuna products. Fish processing and linkages to international market is the government is keen to create new linkages and expand the international market for fisheries products. About 50% of the skipjack catch is at present exported to Thailand for processing. And yellowfin tuna is the highest exporting fish from Maldives. There are opportunities to establish trade link for the existing fish processing sector also, especially fresh yellowfin tuna and canned tuna, which are popular fisheries products in international markets. Opportunities are open for the development of fisheries complexes, including canneries and cold storage facilities, and yellowfin tuna export processing facilities also. The Maldives has massive potential for the development of mariculture, and it is a key priority for the diversification of the fisheries industry. Also, Maldives welcomes research and development investments in the cultivation of coral reef organisms, either as separate activities or in conjunction with commercial mariculture operations, aquafarming or related support facilities. And agriculture is not in a large scale. About 95% of the fruits and vegetables, eggs, chicken, and all type of meats are imported. And we don't have enough for our market also. This is one of the major opportunities to other countries for export into Maldives. At the same time, there are investment opportunities for new age laboratories, value addition through post-harvest technologies, technologies to improve harvest and introduce new innovational technologies, commercial poultry and animal farming, etc. And construction industry is an important sector in the economy and fastest growing industry within Maldives. Now the tourism industry expanded to the local islands. More island people are involved in construction industry, but due to lack of materials and no local substitutions, almost all building materials required by the construction industry, such as cement and aggregates, base metals, wood, various fittings and finishing materials, etc., are all imported from other countries. Local and foreign companies are taking local houses and lands for a period of 35 years now and building housing apartments. There are a huge amount of material has to be imported. Construction industry is booming now and making huge profit from housing apartment buildings taken for long term. Some investment opportunities available in construction industry includes housing projects, urban regional development, tourist resorts and tourism in local islands, real estate development for schools, hospitals, shopping malls, and housing apartments. These are the trade statistics. Maldives depends heavily on trade, depending more on import. Foreign trade represents 118% of the GDP in 2020. Government has removed the quotas for the majority of the products now. Total imports of goods and services are 34.2% of the GDP in 2020. And total export of the Maldives goods and services are 5.3% of GDP in 2020. And there are some important areas also to be highlighted. They are organic fruits and vegetable suppliers for local markets we need. Right now, there are no special place for organic products. As it is human life related products, Maldives welcome more suppliers in organic products, and also suppliers for the SME businesses, especially for the craft industry. And top exports in Maldives is frozen skipjack, and then yellowfin tuna, frozen and chilled and varieties. And I have given some statistics from MDR FOB prices. These are top imports in Maldives. 5 main imports I have taken from January to April 2021. That is marine gas, oil, petrol, mobile phone, aircraft parts, and inverter air conditioners. And what are the trade and investment windows? Currently, there are 4 investment routes open for foreign investors to establish their business in Maldives. Foreign direct investment, several sectors offer 100% of ownership, and joint ventures. Some sectors are open with a Maldivian partner. Unsolicited proposals, private sector participation in the delivery of government strategic projects, government trends and tenders and public-private partnership, and then special economic zones for large-scale investments. And these are major export and import and export details. And from the islands export, that top country is Thailand, and UK, Germany, India, and France. And we are importing, major countries importing is Oman, UAE, India, China, Singapore, Sri Lanka, Malaysia, Thailand, US, and Indonesia. And I have given some details of the other products also which are imported to Maldives. Thank you very much. I hope my information is useful. For more information, please contact me from my email. Thank you very much.
Rahima, thank you very much. You're on the dot. You finished it on time, exactly as planned. And of course, we will have Q&A, the question and answer session, after all the speakers finish their presentations. We have 2 more to go. So after that, we will definitely have the question and answer session. There's interestingly, the big part of what is going to Thailand. I mean, at 56%, there is something big going to Thailand, must be fisheries, I guess. And maybe we'll ask you those questions at the end of the presentation. Thank you very much, Rahima, once again.
Welcome.
We have next with us Graciela D. Otto, and I hope I got the spelling right and the naming right. Country President for the Association of Businesswomen in Commerce and Industry in Argentina. Graciela is an international speaker, coach, writer, and a business entrepreneur. She has dedicated her entire career to empower others by creating powerful connections with passions in order to achieve their goals and build their businesses. She built a career path as a marketing CEO with a philanthropic view, a standpoint that has moved her to create Summa Veritas Foundation for helping women entrepreneurs develop professional skills and start new businesses. Her energy, enthusiasm, and continuous search for innovative ways to encourage women entrepreneurship is contagious for anyone who wants to realize the leadership skill potential in themselves. To help spread the impact of her work, Graciela has written articles on gender issues at the same time being a co-author of a book titled Women in Organizations of Latin America and the Caribbean, published in Colombia and Argentina, and the author of another book, Find Your Passion, which involves 7 steps to develop your life. She's also donated countless hours of her specialized experience to various organizations, acting as a gender advisor of the Advisory Council of the Women for Gender Equality of the Civil Society of the Argentine Foreign Ministry, an executive at the Coordination of Strategic Planning of the Gender Commission and Endowment of the City of Buenos Aires, former Vice President of the Parliament of Women in the City of Buenos Aires, and also the founding member of the Network of Latin American and Caribbean Women. A permanent concern for the role of women in the society was her motivation to produce a radio program with a gender focus called Bloom Women, to strengthen the women's leadership and entrepreneurship and give them greater visibility. As a member of the various boards in some of the regional organizations, such as BPW International, Graciela has helped design programs and events to encourage women to network, learn, and associate with others. She has participated as a speaker at conferences worldwide, having been called to speak at the G20 in Argentina and Saudi Arabia on gender issues. In the recent years, Graciela has ventured into the field of diplomacy, integrating as the second head of mission of the Southern Cone of World Parliament for Security and Peace based in Italy, and has recently been appointed the Ambassador of Human Rights, NOHE, in the United Nations. For her contribution to training, mentoring, and volunteering in her community, she has received numerous local and international awards. The floor is yours, Graciela. Please take over.
Thank you, Suresh, and thank you all for being there, and thank you very much to the organizers for giving me the opportunity to be here. I'm going to share here, okay.
No issues, you can find the screen there, share screen.
Yeah, I'm fine. I have it on the screen, but okay. Okay.
You click that, it directs you to the presentation.
Yeah, I have it on here. I can't find it.
Yes, you have it there.
But I can find the presentation.
Okay, what we'll do is, if you can just share the presentation on the WhatsApp with us, we will run it from here. It's there with us. Karthik, can you run the presentation for her, please? We'll run it from here, Gretchen. And you can ask them for the movement to move the slides. So we'll move it for you from here.
Okay.
Fine.
Okay.
Just wait for a minute. We will start the process from here.
Okay.
Presentations are
Oh, this is terrible.
No, don't worry. It happens. Technology plays its crazy ways
Yeah,
sometimes.
but I have it ready and I can find it.
No issues on that. We'll just set it up for you. Give us a minute, please.
Do you have the video?
We have with us.
Okay, we can begin with the video of Welcome of Argentina, please.
1 minute. Yeah, 1 minute. We'll set it up. Give us 30 seconds, please. We're just doing that. Our technical team is working on that. We will have it run up and running for you shortly. There's a video of it. Can you run it? There's a video. Can you run that video, Kavita? There's a video also. There's an Argentine video. Can you run it, please?
Karthik, can you just look into it?
Yes, madam.
Suresh, talking of Argentina, you know the famous song, "Don't Cry for Me, Argentina."
Yeah, Evita song, yes.
In fact, I was telling Graciela that the biggest export from Argentina would be football, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, Messi.
Yes. So that's, you won't believe, Graciela, there are clubs in my home state of Kerala who are fanatics about Argentinians and Brazilians, and they have villages which are devoted to Brazil and Argentina.
Really? Oh, I found
Okay,
it.
the presentation is
There
now.
she comes.
Okay, go.
So
go
when
for
you
the
want to move the
presentation.
slide, you just say next, we will move the slide.
Okay, next, please. Because time is running out.
No issues. Take your time, please. We have time.
Okay. We begin with the first one, the second one you have here, please. I'm going to show you the overview of Argentina. And can you move it, please? Next.
Next slide, Geeta. Geeta. There's a video. Yeah, you want to continue, Graciela, with this presentation? You want to speak about this?
Yeah.
Can we make it
Yep,
a full
yep.
screen, sir?
The next,
Yes,
please, because I want to begin.
Yeah, we're moving the slides. Are we not seeing the slides moving in your front of you?
No, they're
No.
not moving, Mrs. Kochitu. They're not
On
moving.
screen, it is
They're
not
not
Karthik,
moving.
1 minute. Let Karthik check once more, please.
some technical snag somewhere. Yeah.
She's got a video. It's a very good video. Play the video.
Okay. That's page 1.
Page 2, please. Okay.
Yeah.
All
okay.
right.
Go
Here
ahead,
we
go ahead.
are.
Make it
Sorry
full
about
screen.
that.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to tell you about the overview of Argentina. We have a large and diversified economy. It's the third largest GDP in Latin America. We have 45 million inhabitants, and we have access to a market of 295 million inhabitants from all over Mercosur. Also, we have abundance of natural resources. It's the 8th country in the world in land area with 53% of arable land, leading exporter of soybean oil, corn, lemons, lithium, and others. It's a world-class meat production, consolidated exported in highly competitive markets such as USA, Canada, China, and Japan. And we have a lot of kilometers in potential mining areas with 250 projects in the initial stage. It's the second largest unconventional gas reserve and fourth largest unconventional oil reserve in the world. We have fast-growing industry sectors, especially in steel tubes, agricultural machinery, medical equipment, and the car industry are the leading sectors in industrial exports in Argentina. And also its fast-growing sectors are biotechnology and knowledge-based services. In quality human capital, we have the state universities are free of charge. That's because we have so many university graduates, and we are the first in Latin America in English proficiency. Next, please. Argentina has 5 main economic regions with diverse resources. As you can see, the Northwest in violet color is specialized in agricultural products, soybeans, corn, sugarcane, rice, citrus, wood, and mining, gold, silver, lithium, and potassium. Northeast in red is agricultural products you can find is rice, soybeans, corn, yerba mate, which is we drink the mate, is like leaves of teas, tobacco, citrus, and we also have forestry, pulp and paper, and mining, precious and semi-precious stones, and telecommunications and software in Misiones and Chaco. We have 24 provinces or states for you. In the blue zone, you can see the Cuyo is mining, gold, water, and copper, agricultural products, and in Mendoza province is the wine where it exports to so many countries, and nuts, and also olive oil. And we have also there electronic industry, renewable energy, solar and wine, and telecommunications and software. In the center where I live in Buenos Aires, and mostly in Cordoba province, we are concentrating all the industry, especially the car industry, agricultural machinery, petrochemical, pharmaceutical, cultural industry, and telecommunications and technology. And in the south, we have the Patagonia, where we have agricultural products, fishing, fruits, and sheep farming. And you can find the unconventional oil and unconventional gas, and wine power and electronic industry. So the next, please. Yeah, here we have, next, please. Okay, thank you. The gross domestic product, the GDP and aggregate, this is a broad complex supply chain with the main focus on the country's productive history in sectors such as food, car, chemical, pharmaceutical, and
Sureshji, can I request it to make it full screen, please?
Okay.
Geeta,
As
can
you
you
can-
make it full screen? I'm sorry to interrupt. Let's
Yep.
see here.
Sorry, Graciela. We are just,
No, it's okay.
I think
It's
that
okay.
Geeta,
Sureshji, you are on mute.
Karthik, you should take initiative in ensuring it is a full screen.
I'll do that.
It's full screen.
full screen, Mr. Suresh.
It's still full screen or not now?
No, no, no.
No, it's not full screen. If you
Put it
whoever
on
is running
slideshow mode. It is not on
the
full screen.
presentation, they have to just go down. There is this lamp which is at the down. Just if you
Yeah,
press,
yeah, I'm trying to do that.
They
But,
know
uh,
that, but there looks
It's a
like some-
slideshow, right?
Yeah, yeah.
yes.
I wanted a slideshow.
No, actually, you should not go for slideshow. Open the PPT and then go for each page.
F5
And
also,
then go for it.
F5 also, function key.
Because I'm checking on the Facebook. That's why I got my laptop on and I'm watching the Facebook. Karthik is the one with the Zoom there. Geeta is trying to set it right. Can you hang on for a minute, please?
Yeah, well, admin, the host could do it.
One
Karthik,
minute.
are you able to do it? I can just go to that bottom of the screen, you know, the bulb where you have to press that full screen.
On Facebook, it is showing as full screen.
Okay.
Here, it is not taking the slideshow.
Geeta madam, at the bottom, you can see the next to the volume button, no? There is
I know that, but it is not taking the slideshow, is what I meant to say.
No, can you just
Those
get out of the
presenters-
slideshow and
Graciela,
start?
in the meantime, can you try from your end, please? Can you just keep trying your slide presentation, your slide share from your end, Graciela?
Yes.
We
Okay, I
started, huh?
Can I continue?
1 minute, 1 minute, please. We are trying to get a full screen for the Zoom viewers. They're able to get it for the Facebook viewers, but they're not able to get it for the Zoom viewers. Can you give us, Geeta and Karthika working on that? Please hang on for a minute.
I think Graciela, you should start. I mean, you can continue with that and we.
Can you all see this? I have said resume slideshow.
Geeta, it's still showing the same. I think she can continue.
Ah,
Yeah,
now it is better.
now it's better.
Thank
Now
you.
it's better. Okay, thank you, Geeta.
Welcome.
Okay, I was talking about the GDP unaggregated, and this is the 15% for wholesale, retail, trade, for cars and real estate, and most on agriculture and livestock, which is the main production for us. And next, I'm going to show you the GDP. Next, please.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Okay, this is, we have
This is not coming.
We have 17 of 20 years of trade surplus. As you can see, what happened in 2018, that we have a problem, economic problem, and then the pandemic came, but now we are rising again. And next, please. In terms of opportunities for investments, these are the most important. Oil, gas, mining, agribusiness, knowledge-based services, tourism, and telecommunications. Next, please. Okay. Okay, as you can see here on the path to grow oil and gas, we have 52% of direct investments in 2018 was in the sector, 10 years of strong oil production, vast and qualified and conventional resources at early development, and potentially in the maritime platform and offshore, we have 3 basins. The first one is Neuquén in Neuquén province. The second one is St. George Gulf Basin. And the third one is an Austral Basin where we have 8 refineries. And the next, please. We have here a section that is called Vaca Muerta in Spanish, that means dead cow in English. It's an unconventional resources of global competitiveness, and it has the potential to be the second for unconventional gas and the fourth for unconventional oil. Next, please. Here we have a map. The next, please. Yes, we have the map of numerous mining. No. Come back. Can you come back? We have numerous mining projects to be developed. Is the 10 global budget for mining exploitation, And we are in the triangle of lithium, which is Argentina, Chile, and Bolivia. And we are the first in lithium exploration, the largest portfolio of undeveloped world-class copper. And we have opportunities also in gold, in silver, in uranium, and so on. And the next please is gone. Oh my God.
Is that the presentation?
Yes, yes.
Well, I can tell you in the meantime that we have global reputation for quality productivity in agribusiness mostly, and vast availability of natural resources, large extensions of land with high agricultural productivity, fertile territory with abundant water sources, geographical and climatic diversity, second largest area of certified organic land in the world. So we have highly professionalized and technologically advanced sector with qualified human resources, frontier technology, and advanced business practices. And one of the leading nations in application and development of agrotech. Also, we have international reputation for healthy, natural, and quality production, and infrastructure in continuous growth with a focus on production. In the areas that we have, okay, we don't have the presentation. Should I continue? Well, the main comparative indicators we have is that we are the first soybean oil exporter, the first soybean meal exporter, the third soy exporter, and the first biodiesel exporter. Other leading Argentine exports in the world, we are the first exporter of lemon oil, peanut oil, exporter of corn, beef exporter, and exporter of wheat flour. We have exceptional positioning in global services too. We have many unicorns in Latin America. 5 from 16 unicorns that we have are from Argentina. Some examples are Mercado Libre, which is something like Amazon. Despegar.com, it's something like to buy tickets and flights and tourists. And OLX is something like eBay, and Globant, which develops software. Oh, we are back. Thank you so much.
Sorry for the inconvenience.
Okay. Can you go down, please? We were on the 10.
Good. Now it's
Do
good.
you want us to move down?
10.
10, slide number 10. Yes, you're there.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, we are here again with the zones where you can find the products that they produce. And I told you just the extensions of land we have and the fertile territory with abundant water resources, and the infrastructure continues to grow with a focus on production. Also, if we see the next, please. Okay, main comparative indicators for 2020, the largest and most efficient soybean export complex in the world. And we have exports, as I tell you before, in lemon oil, peanut oil, corn, beef, and wheat flour. And we are the first exporter in biodiesel, soy exporter, soybean oil, and meal exporter. The next, please. Well, here we have exceptional position in global services, highly skilled and knowledgeable workforce of English, highly competitive cost structure, mature sector with 12 plus years, tax incentives, in knowledge-based service law, because we have a new law in knowledge service, availability of high-quality urban office spaces with average prices per square meter cheaper than region, located in convenient time zones. Main export destinations are United States, Uruguay, Chile, and Mexico. The knowledge law, economic law, the benefits are income tax reduction for 20% to 60% reduction in employers' contributions, reduction of 70% in employers' contributions. And the next one, please. We have tourism. Argentina is the main tourist destination in the region and fourth exporting sector in the country, 7% of the total exported. We have the Iguazu Falls, we have the glaciers in the south, and we have a lot of hotel opportunities and ecological parks identified in most provinces. And unprecedented investment in air transport and recently completed infrastructure, as you can see. And the expansion of telecommunications and infrastructure in Argentina represent an investment opportunity. Government at this moment is looking for someone to invest in building cell towers, develop a regional center of massive data centers, and of course, to have potential new operators on telecommunication, because right now we have Personal from Italy, Movistar from Spain, and Claro from Mexico. And that's all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Graciela. That's sorry for the technical hitch that was there. I mean, this is proves Murphy's law, right? That, you know, when things need to go wrong, they do go wrong. But your presentation will definitely be shared across. We will have it on our HMA website and other forums. And anybody who wants it in this section who are watching this can ask for it. And we will be glad to mail in all the presentations that are being made this evening. Thank you once more, Graciela. I'm sorry about the technical glitch again.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, that's the
Thank
spirit. So next we have Shrujana Charlavada, graduate from Indian Institute of Technology, Madras. Shrujana started her career as a business analyst at Dell Global Analytics and then moved to Quickwell, a startup that was later acquired by Fractal. She was instrumental in launching Quickwell in Hyderabad and played a key role in the acquisition. Post the acquisition, she moved on to work as a senior consultant with the Economic Development Board of Andhra Pradesh. She headed the Singapore desk and led the petrochemical investment vertical. Later, she worked as a program director at the Atal Incubation Center with Niti Aayog, the Government of India, and a technology incubator by startup, Ministry of IT, Electronics, Government of India. She was instrumental in hand-holding startups, strategizing their market entry, and helping them raise seed capital. Currently, she is working as Associate Director at the World Trade Center in Shamshabad, here in Hyderabad. It's a member of the World Trade Centers Association based in New York and has over 330 WTCs in nearly 100 countries. Shrujana is instrumental in interacting with the World Trade Centers across to create trade channels for our SMEs and MSMEs and explore the global markets. She personally interacts with diplomats, overseas trade agencies, ministries of trade and commerce, as well as the Indian embassies overseas. Shrujana, the floor is yours, and you can also share your presentation, by the way.
Thank you, Mr. Suresh, and ABWCI and HMA for giving me this opportunity. It's an honor to be here amongst all of you. So before I start off with the presentation, since we have a lot of time, I would like to begin with a small story that I keep hearing from a lot of people, including the government. So 1987, India and China were the exact same in terms of GDP, in terms of land per area, and maybe China was a little higher on the population. And over 35 years, China is the second largest economy today, and India is the sixth. They have recorded 25 for 25 years consecutively. They have recorded double-digit GDP growth, where and that is what they've achieved. And today, India is recording double digits. Yes, we are in the growth, and we have been increasing our GDP very drastically, but there is something that can be improved. So here's what we understand. Most of the countries, in most of the countries, from you wake up in the morning, you brush your teeth. It's a Chinese-made toothbrush. You use your mobile phone. It's made in China. And global trade, China penetrated the globe in terms of trade so much. And that's how they were able to establish this kind of a growth rate. And with India, can we do that? Can we be better? Can we make better? That's where we have started. We have come up with Make in India initiative, Atmanirbhar Bharat initiative, where we say all the goods produced in India will be consumed in India. And we also make them available for the globe, across the globe, everywhere, for everyone. So that's World Trade Center, Shamshabad especially, it decided to take a very active role in establishing. Okay, I am reading some messages. Okay, I will move on from this. So I will start off with the presentation. Right. So this is exports of India in 2020. We were exporting refined petroleum majorly, then packaged medicines, diamonds, rice, and jewelry. And the countries we were majorly exporting to, the top 5 countries, were US, China, Arab Emirates, Hong Kong, and Germany. So move on. In the since pandemic, we have been achieving rapid growth rates from fiscal year 2021 to 21-22, we have achieved a 34% growth rate in goods and services. And then in this year, from FY21 to 22, April to February, we have seen a growth rate of 47%, higher than most other countries, and we are leading the race here. I think this is why I was comparing, and just to show that we are reaching that now, and we are making efforts to improve our global trade. And then services exports has increased by 21%. Merchandise exports has increased by 44%. And all of you can see us achieving this kind of a growth rate. One second, I am seeing some issues with my internet. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay.
Audible, visible, everything is fine.
Acha, great. Okay, so the 5 sectors that led or contributed to this kind of growth rate, these are the leading 4 sectors. Engineering roots 50% of the growth rate, and it's $101 billion worth of trade that went, and the trade agreements that India entered with UAE, with Australia, with UK, all of them contributed to all of these. And there's a lot of export in medical devices. There is a tech park called AMTZ, Andhra Pradesh MedTech Zone. This is a WHO associated center, and they have developed very interesting products. Earlier, we were importing a lot of implants. We were importing all of the artificial limbs. Now, all of them are being manufactured here, and at 1/10 the cost of the import that we were paying, including the MRI magnets. So we are manufacturing the MRI magnets and supplying them for the globe today. Then in gems and jewelry, we all know diamonds. India is the largest exporter of cut and polished diamonds, lab and man-made. Exports of $35.5 billion. The production linked incentive schemes has improved on this growth rate, has impacted on this growth rate, and it's only going to get higher thanks to ECLGS. Then we have petroleum products. We are seeing a 150% growth rate over the last 1 year. Increase in the global crude prices along with the geopolitical tensions with Russia and Ukraine, I think impacted. And there's only growing more. And in the next fiscal year, I think we're going to see a rapid growth in this domain. Agriculture, wheat, we are increasing by 288% over the last 1 year. Dairy, we have 96%. And we are also exporting rice. It is the largest agri contributor for India. We're biggest in rice export. Earlier, we were doing only basmati, but now we are also looking at alternative rice, that non-basmati variety. Parboiled variants are also being exported on a very massive scale. Where did the surge come from? So there was 2 years of mute of global trade. After that, the world trade touched 28.5 trillion in 2021, and a significant amount of it went through India. Relaxation of COVID-19 restrictions and the increase of demand in commodities and the prices upsurge. These were responsible for the uptick in the global trade. And there's a lot of production-linked incentive schemes that India has come up with, owing to Atmanirbhar Bharat and Make in India. So there's a massive surge in manufacturing of electronics, textile products, and all of these contributed for the growth again. Again, local markets boomed. India is able to compete with the global market in terms of quality and quantity of production. Interest equalization scheme actually helped with the credit availability. But despite all of this, we are a trade deficit, this one. So we will have to, maybe there is a lot of potential for us to export and increase our export trade. Then the foreign trade agreements that we talked about, UAE has entered into a trade agreement with India. It is estimated to $100 billion worth of trade will be promoted in the next 5 years, and 99% of the Indian products will be imported without duty into UAE and UAE countries. And regarding Australia, it is the bilateral trade is expected to increase at $50 billion in the next 5 years, and 97% of Indian products that are exported right now will be done with without the import duties in Australia. And we are also entering into a free trade agreement with UK. In fact, World Trade Center Shamshabad, World Trade Center Mumbai are working with ICRAR for drafting the terms of trade agreement and the negotiations. Saying all of this, for the Pepsis and Coca-Colas of the world do not need a platform. They can establish their own platforms. They can establish their own offices across the globe. But the MSMEs, the everyday person, needs a platform on which he can trade, needs a platform that will help them identify the potential markets, needs a platform that will tell them and connect them to the buyer across the sea. So that's where World Trade Center comes in. The World Trade Center has presence in 92 countries, and it has 320 plus overseas offices. It houses about 750,000 companies. What we can do is, if somebody, for example, manufactures a door handle, car door handle, he might not be able to sell that in US and Germany or the countries where you have ready-made data on the kind of requirement you have. But there are countries in other Asian countries, other parts of Asia, and then Africa, and then Latin America, which do not have ready-made information available across the internet. But maybe through their office, we can connect to the embassies. We can connect. Sorry?
Continue, please. Continue.
Yeah, we can connect through the embassies. We can reach out to the country representative, get the kind of information, and facilitate a B2B meeting. It could be converted into a trade later on. So that platform is what we offer here. So the typical challenges MSME face today is influx of funding, the technology transfer, and marketing. And World Trade Centers across the globe offer all of these services. They can be leveraged, and all of these can be utilized to grow the business and for trade. So the services that we offered would be policy advocacy, inbound, outbound trade delegation, trade information, business services, trade education, FDI, and tenant services. So World Trade Centers make cities more resilient. Now the inflation is picking up very rapidly. Also, the COVID previously, we have seen a lot of states were impacted because of impact of COVID on them. So WTCs can make cities a little more resilient. There's direct investment, foreign direct investment coming in, the expats coming into the country, FDI, and diversification of economy is helping these countries withstand economic shocks. So that is the resilience that a World Trade Center can offer. And I would like to conclude by saying thank you for the opportunity, and to mention one more thing. Indian startup ecosystem is booming. We are the third largest in terms of startups across various domains, and Telangana is playing a major role for all of these startups in nurturing them. They're building incubation centers, they're building incubation ecosystems. Seed funding is available for anybody with an idea, and it can be converted into a product. There is also platform for Indian consumption through PSUs, and then we are also providing a platform connecting them to global markets. So I think the startups can play a major role in matching the world's demands right now, including rocket engines, satellites to rocket engines to toothbrushes. Everything are made by MSMEs and startups today. I think that is the opportunity that we can offer.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Srijana. Thank you for the quick capture of all the major points that World Trade Center deals with. And I'm sure we will have a few questions, and I think the way we can do it either on a chat window, or I can open up directly while you can just unmute yourself and ask the question. Please identify yourself and also identify to whom the question is headed for. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask, but unmute yourself, identify yourself, and ask for whom the presentation or who the question is meant for. And start. Yeah.
Mr. Suresh, this is Kavita Rajesh this side, President HMA. This is a question to Sandra. Sandra was talking about opportunities of, technology transfers across. So I think most of the entrepreneurs would look at the technology transfers. What kind of technologies transfers can be taken from the country? Because she told me some eating technologies and all. I'm sure because India with the fast startup ecosystem growing. So I think this will be a good opportunity for startups also to have the technology transfers.
Thank you, Kavita, for your question. I think that there are many startups in Latvia who are looking for the global expansion. So they are different products, mainly related to the software and related to the artificial intelligence, and also related to the drones. Can be do the manufacture in India, for example, for the global trade. And also, if I mention also that this company heating and cooling elements, yeah. So we are also open for the discussion about the technology transfer together with a local entrepreneur in India, because I see that it will fit to the energy policy of the government. Yeah, so this is also other option. So if anybody has interest to explore this technology transfer options, they can contact with me, and I will, together with our investment and development agency, can find the options how we can move forward.
Thank you, Sandra. Thank you, Sandra. We'll definitely get in touch with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kavita. Yeah. Thank you.
List out where the WTC office is located in Hyderabad. That's a question that is there for you.
We have an interim office in the financial district. The actual World Trade Center building is being constructed right next to the airport. It will be fully finished in the next couple of years. Building plans.
So in the interim, can you share with on the chat box itself the address, please? Thank you.
Absolutely.
Any more questions, please?
Yeah. This is Krishna Prasad, the convener of the International Desk. This is actually a common, request to all the, participants who are presented here, including Sandra, Galcia, and all the people. Can we actually identify certain areas of cooperation in both trade as well as academics with the partners who are from the two states of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana? Probably this may not happen just like that here in the meet, but as an extension to this particular meet, we could actually have proposals come from both sides. So it's not a query to you. I would request each of you from the Argentina and other places to try and look for certain connects. Now you find the need from each of your places, forward it to us. We will connect you by doing the same thing locally here, so that we bring in some collaborations. Why I am saying is that last time once we had an interaction with the Canadian embassy, and the local trade commissioner came online, and then one of the senior persons in Hyderabad took it over, and we bound it in an agreement when they started collaborating in multiple ways. It's with a school, of course, with the Canadian outfit. So we will try and look for certain collaborative efforts from that. So let us have this as an extension subsequent to this meet. It's just a suggestion from my side. And we should see that this particular meet should fructify in having and seeing the collaborations both in the academia and industries. Thank you.
Thank you, Venkat Prasad Garu. So let us have any more questions that are coming in from anybody else. I'm not seeing much in the chat windows except Sujana is being asked for details regarding the World Trade Center. But I'm sure from the perspective of what Prasad Garu had mentioned. Yes, can I hear?
Another question to the panel.
Yeah, please go on.
This is Kavita Rajesh again to the panel. As we see in your presentation, most of the presentations do talk about agri-businesses, scope for exports of agri-businesses. So what kind of products can be exported, and what is the biotechnology also? I've seen Latvia talking about the biotechnologies and Argentina talking about biotechnology. What kind of biotechnology as we see as scope? Because Atmanirbhar Bharat is happening in a big way. So there's plenty of opportunity for exports across these countries. So if the speakers can talk a little more about what kind of agri-entrepreneurs, agri-businesses are they looking at?
Yeah, go on, Sandra. You can have also Rahima and Graciela. All three of you can take the questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mentioned that we are the large exporter of wheat. Of course, we need to compare what kind of wheat is required in India, because there are different sorts. Yeah, so I know that in Asia and in the rest of the world is that differences, what is required. We are exporters of the meat. Yeah, we are exporters also of some milk products. Yeah, so if you also can identify from your side the potential products which are interested, we can find potential suppliers, yeah, from our region. If we're talking about the other industries, for example, pharmaceutical industry, which I mentioned, it could be interesting in the area of cooperation, because we have several big pharmaceutical companies in our region, which is doing a lot of exports, and maybe they could be interested to do the joint venture with the Indian partners in Latvia or in India to produce new products for the market. Yeah, so I also see this area as an opportunity. Of course, we are traditionally exporting wood products, woodworking products, yeah, which could be the area of interest as well. But we need to check by sector, and I agree that we need to exchange more the information to identify at least 1-2 projects to start, 1-2 projects to show the rest of the community that it works, yeah, and then the other people will be willing to join.
Yeah, Graciela, do you have anything to say? You need to unmute yourself.
Yes, we have in agriculture, soy is the start for us, soybean oil, and all derived from soil. Also, we have the winery, and the meat is the most we export. So in terms of, agribusiness, we have to look for opportunities there on wine, fruits, and corn and wheat also, just like Latvia, we have a lot of wheat. So I think so there must be an opportunity.
Yeah, thank you, Graciela. I'm sure Rahima mentioned saying that there's nothing much of agriculture out there in Maldives. You need to unmute yourself, Rahima, but you can also specify it. What are you looking for?
Actually, all the food items starting from fruits and vegetables are also imported from other countries. We don't have much of agriculture. There are a few islands, but it is not enough to the market. And as I highlighted, we still don't have a shop or any outlet for the organic products. So that is something very important to the country now. So if there are exporters from organic, and I think there are a lot of importers from here.
Thank you. I think, Sandra, you just want to get your on that is the wheat prices are very high now. And India is importing, it's actually exporting huge quantities of wheat into the market because of the Ukraine crisis. And there is a big market out there. And Indian wheat production this year has been at very, very high levels. So a lot of private traders are exporting wheat out of India. So India has enough buffer stock to take care of for the next 1 to 2 years. Thank you. Any more questions, please? I don't see any more questions coming in. So I'm sure that those questions that are needed to be asked for, because we anyway overshot on time. So definitely we are at least 20 minutes past the time we are supposed to be closing this particular session. And I'm sure that any questions that are there can be put on this chat window or can be emailed to us. And surely we will ask you, the respective country representatives, to answer those questions. It is wonderful to have all of you on the show. I should particularly thank Mr. Parul Soni for being there. Kavita Rajesh, of course. Yeah, that's what I will definitely have. Mr. Ravi Kumar Jain, of course, proposing a vote of thanks. But I just want to say thanks to my panelists who are there. Sandra, Rahima, Graciela, wonderful. Thank you. And Shrujana, you also should be thanked for. Mr. Ravi Kumar Jain, the floor is open for you now to propose a vote of thanks, sir.
Thank you so much, Suresh. Such a interesting and informative session. I have this pleasant duty of extending a formal vote of thanks to all the speakers today. Sandra, Rahima, then our Graciela and Srujana. I think the information shared today is helpful to many participants. And special thanks to Parul Soni for having all the guest speakers participating today. And on behalf of the HMA family, the HMA members and the office bearers, I extend gratitude to all behind the organizing of this session. AB.
We are losing you, Dr. Ravi.
No, I'm getting this in between the form, the feedback form. Okay.
Okay.
So, thank you, Suresh. Special thanks to you for hosting this and conducting this session very well. And as usual, our president, vice president, and the secretarial staff for making the necessary arrangements and bringing the session today. Thank you all the participants for being here and making the evening very fruitful. Thank you so much once again. See you in the next event.
Yeah, Dr. Ravi, thank you very much. And I should especially thank all my panelists from abroad who spoke. Graciela, sorry having woken up you so early in the morning and asking you to be on the show. Thank you, Rahima. I'm sure that you're heading out for the evening. So is Sandra. I think Sandra, you're also heading out for the evening. So have a good day, wonderful day for all of you who are on this particular webinar here. It's been wonderful interacting and kind of asking questions and also getting the answers. All the presentations will be shared on the HMA website, and any more questions to be asked can be asked and we will get them answered.
So
once again, yes, sir.
Just before you close, I just wanted to say one thing. I just want to give an example. For example, Hyderabad is a center for very many clinical trials in the world. Across your countries, if you have got any opportunity for any clinical trials to be conducted in the life sciences area, we could connect you with some CROs locally here, contract research organizations. Similarly, we could find in various other sectors, not just in life sciences. So you could think about it. Let's do brainstorming and have certain things initiated and to take it forward. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hyderabad being the pharma capital of the world, India. We produce a lot of vaccines. One of the major COVID vaccines was produced out of Hyderabad.
Pharmacy
And
of the world. Yes, pharmacy of
Yes,
the
sir.
world.
Pharmacy of the world. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. And once again, the round of thanks to everyone involved.
Thank you, Mr.
Have a good day.
Sureshul, for moderating the session. It was wonderful with you. And
Thank you.
Sandra and Raima and Glaceria, I'm sorry if I'm spelling wrong. And Parul Soni, special thanks to you for collaborating, and WTC, Srijana. It was very informative. I'm sure it will be a good take home for all of us. Thank you so much. And we are looking forward for continuous support from all of you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Great
we're closing the
evening.
session now. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Good
everyone.
day, good day to all of you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you all. Closing the meeting. Good night.